Hey everyone, it's Cindy, and I'm going to do a flip through of this Halloween journal I finished. This was one of the books I bought to use pictures and stuff out, and I thought, well, I might as well use it. It's kind of got a scary looking cover, and it's, I don't know, two old looking people. One of them's got a witch hat, so who knows what's going on here. But anyway, it says Halloween on it, and I have put a hair tie and post closure on it. And of course this can be expanded if you just slip stitch a few more of these hair ties on there. It can be as thick as you want it to be. I put fabric on the spine. It's got 3 signatures. And I had this beaded trim, which I thought the colors went really well with the cover, so I just glued it on the front there. And it kind of wraps around the spine. So, and the back is just plain. Oh, I do have rickrack along the back there. Okay, and make sure I get this back on centered in the frame. Okay. So let's look at it. I think I told you the size, and it has 112 pages, I believe is what it was. I lost my note, so it's right here somewhere. Okay, yeah, I have fabric on the inside of the cover and rickrack as well. And then I made a pocket out of 2 different pieces of scrapbook paper. And then I had this spooky looking hand. It was from, I think, a Reader's Digest book of some sort. So I just tore it out and glued it on there, so it looks like it's coming out of the pocket. So we set the scene. I got a little piece of paper there. There we go. And this is a postcard, a current one. I'm not sure where I got it. It was just in my stash, so it's fairly old. I made a tag here. It is scrapbook paper and stamping. I know that's a stamp I have. Just collaged to make into a masterboard and cut it up into tags. So I added this. This was from a scrap paper pad I got. I don't remember. Probably maybe Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure. And then this is some really cool glittery ribbon that's got green and the orange and the purple, and I got that at like a thrift store. Scrapbook paper. Since this journal is wider, did I tell you the size? I think it was 7. Oh boy, I wrote it down on the piece of paper that I've lost. 7.5 by 9 1/4, so it's a little larger, and if I use scrapbook paper I can't fold it in half since it's 7, so I folded it to make the 7, which puts a little 5-inch side of paper. You'll see that in a minute. So anyway, scrapbook paper, and this is the one that's got the metallic I don't know, is it paint or whatever in there. Okay, this library pocket was the library pocket that was in this book, so I took my heat gun and heated up the glue, and I was able to get the pocket out. And right there it says Halloween by Robin May, and it's got all the stamping and everything. The way you see it is the way it came in the book, and the date due slip was still on there, so I just left it and used the pocket for these 2 things. This was from a kit. Pretty sure it's from the kit. The thing, I was printing a bunch of stuff out that day, and I didn't realize I had all this ephemera with this kit, My Porch Prints. I don't remember the name of the kit, but you can find it, My Porch Prints. And it should be in the description box. I hope I get it in there, yes. So I thought I was printing a page of journaling cards, and I was doing, 6 journals, so I said print it like 4 times. And I didn't realize there was all these pages of ephemera besides that one page. So it was like 20 pages of ephemera, and so I'm pretty sure this was it. But I also printed other things that day, so don't hold me to it. That is cut from the scrap paper pad. So anyway, all that bunch of talk. This is a page from this book, and I found this in another book. It's called Encyclopedia Horrifica, and it's like this tree trunk. Looks like a human's leaning up against it, so I cut that out. I thought that was kind of neat, so I just made it into a flip and just glued it onto some paper that's you can write on the back. This tells about what this is, and then you can flip, and then you can still see this page. Scrapbook paper, and this was a doily. I kind of like the colors for the fall. Copy dyed and grid graph paper, grid ledger paper. This is a pocket. I think that's an index card. This cauldron image is cut from a newspaper. They had different ads, advertising different things, and then for the Halloween issue they had all these Halloween pictures, so I just cut it and glued it on there. This is fabric on the top of this, and it looks like I stitched it down. This is a sticker. I got it at Hobby Lobby, Salvation Army or Goodwill, and it's made to go onto a bottle. So if you were having a party and you had like beer bottles or Coke bottles or whatever, you can cover the label up and then pretend like you're drinking zombie girl juice of some sort. Thirsty for brains? Yeah. Zombie girl brains. Okay. Scrapbook paper. This is a digital scrapbook paper. I just put it on a cardstock. And this is from digitalscrapbook.com. This is from a book I was doing a long time ago. And I think it was Hardy Boys book. Well, it was a book about the Hardy Boys books. If that makes any sense. And had that skeleton in the car with them, so I thought, okay, I'm including that here. Here is the title page from that Encyclopedia Horrifica, which I got some of the images from for this book and the other books I did. And I like taking the title page of a book and making an envelope out of it. I don't know, it's just a thing I have. So this book actually has 3 in it, and we'll see them as we go. So you just fold it and glue it, and it becomes a pocket. And I had these little journaling cards. I'm not sure where they came from. It was from a scrapbook pad. I'm not sure if it's one I just bought or if it's one I had in my stash. Scrapbook paper. This is a napkin that I just Mod Podged onto some book page, and it looks like I did it upside down because I can see the words are upside down. And I just stitched around it and made it into a little tuck. And this is from the front cover of this Encyclopedia Horrifica. And it's like one of those hologram things. You move it and you can see those bones. I don't know, they're different. I'm not sure what I guess it's showing, it's a bat or something's bones. So anyway. And then you can write on the back, so there we go. I just peeled it off the front. This was a yellow divider tab of some sort. It's got a P on it. And then greeting card from Current. And I just tied the signature strings into a bow. You could have all this writing space, or you could glue it into a pocket and then make this the pocket or make it a pocket here. I just left it open, so whoever gets the book, they can do what they want with it. So it can be done either way. But I didn't want to give up that writing space until the person that owns the book, let them decide. Fabric ruffle, just made out of fabric, of course, and just ruffled up, glued on there. This is the other side of that skeleton page. You're seeing the same papers again. We're on the back side of the signature. A treat bag from Halloween. I glued the flap back inside the bag so it just reinforces it. And then a journaling card made out of scrapbook paper. That's from that digital kit from My Porch Prints. And just a fabric cluster. Okay, here's the doily. I had this old ad, and I have a digital kit on my Etsy shop of old ads, so I had some printed out, when I was working up the kit. So I just took that ad and just collaged over it. Some things I cut from a book last year, and that's a stamp I have, and this is a napkin I put onto book page. If you put napkins on a book page, you've created some scrapbook paper that you can play around with. You can collage it, use it in collage, you can cut it up, make tags, whatever. It's just like scrapbook paper. This is a notepad that I had. I like the colors, and this is a print probably from Graphics Fairy. It could be the old design shop, or it could be digitalscrapbook.com. I'm not sure. Time I printed out, I think I remember it and I don't. So anyway, I just glued it on there, and it makes a pretty picture on that note card. Okay, this is from the original book we're using. This is a paper clip made out of a punch. I punched out a couple layers of book page, put some of this black mesh on front of it, and this is a foam piece I got at Dollar Tree a couple years ago. Made it to a paper clip, and then this is a journaling card from My Porch Prints. Here's what I was talking about that scrapbook paper. If I have it 7 here, then it's only going to be like 5 here, so it makes it short, but that's okay because it just gives some variety to the journal. So here's the ephemera folder I included, and I just took some of the coordinating scrapbook paper, folded it up, and then stuffed it with a bunch of stuff that is really, if it's permanently in the book, it's going to make it really thick and real bumpy to write on. So, it can be in here, this can be removed, or you can keep it in there. Just, it's yours to do what you want to. This is metallic scrapbook paper. I put a tab on it. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Sort of did. I made a little cluster of just fabric and papers, and then put a tab on that, and then glued it on here and made it into a tuck. This is just a sheet of, from 1999, some Halloween, some recipes, I think. Music paper. This is one of those pumpkins that I show how to do the patchwork on in a video, previous video. Digital print, and this is scrapbook paper and a fabric cluster. This is a short sheet of scrapbook paper, and we'll see the longer side in a minute because I folded it, 7 and 5. And same way with this one probably. This is a napkin, cupcake holder. I ironed it flat, put some book page behind it, stitched around it, and makes a cute little tuck on that little journaling card there. This is some cool scrapbook paper. I really liked it. Definitely can write on that. Okay, I had this page in the book. It was an old party recipes, booklet. And I had it sewn in the signature, and it started tearing. So I just tore it out and had to decide which side I was giving up, and glued it down as a pocket. So you still can see one side of it, but it was a page in here, that flipped back and forth, but way too fragile. Scrapbook paper, graphics fairy, cut from a book, says potions, a tab. I have the tab punch, so that goes in here. I put writing paper on the back, and there we go. Scrapbook paper. This is from My Porch Prints. Some mesh on there, black mesh. Scrapbook paper, another one, the same sort of deal. Same thing, the mesh, the digital print, and then scrapbook paper. This time it is a journaling card. Same thing about the inside of the signature. It's another current Halloween card. Glue it together if you want a pocket. I left it open in case you wanted the writing space. Oh, here's that. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. And I got this glued in. Come on, there we go. Okay, I have the CD of the Phantom of the Opera, the soundtrack from the music. And my daughter and I loved it. We listened to it a lot, but I don't need it anymore. I don't need the case. It just takes up room. So I thought these pictures are great for Halloween. So I just made the whole thing into a pocket, a little divot there. This is from I think it's from my digital kit. It's on my Etsy shop, old newspaper ads. It's been a long time since I looked at it. And I think this is where I printed out a bunch of them to see what they look like. And it was all about Palace Theater, a movie theater, and all the different things showing. And it was the Grip of Evil and the Shielding Shadow. I thought those sound like Halloween shows, so I didn't do a thing to it, just left it like that. You can write on the back. Okay, this is the other side of that booklet that fell apart right here. So here's one side of it, and I did the same thing. Made it into a pocket, so you can peek down in there and see what the other side. No, actually, you can't, because I reinforced it by putting it on some cardstock. So, and then collaged journaling card with a ruffle as a tab. A pocket made out of one of these journaling cards on scrapbook paper. I had this old black paper flower just on my desk, so I just stapled it on there. I thought that's good. These are all from My Porch Prints, I hope. I keep saying that. I didn't ever go back and double check the digitals, but I know I used her digitals. This is scrapbook paper. This is from the book. Another one of those, I think it's exactly the same. Note cards with the same digital on there. And this is just some papers collaged and different. This is a stamp, and this is all probably from Graphics Fairy, and that's probably from My Porch Prints, I hope. At least I'm saying all their names, whether I got the parts and pieces that match their names or not. Another one of my old newspaper ads with this creepy owl looking picture I cut from a book. Trick or Treat, I tore from something. I think that was from the newspaper. I was talking about those colored ads. And this is an orange envelope. I just glued it all shut, made it into a thick pocket, and collaged a cluster on there, a stamp, 13. This is from a scrapbook pad, and that's a stamp I have. And I should show that stamp pad, but I got it, the scrap paper pad. I got it from Joann's. Music, this is the back side of the signature, and we're at the end of that one. Second, and see how the page is short again because the front of it was long. Okay, same thing here. We got the 7-inch side of it, and on this side we have another, making sure I'm on frame. My skirt has a tendency to slide away from me. This is another title page, and this is the title page for this actual book. And you know, holidays and festivals, Halloween, so it matches the book. And I just folded it, glued it, inked it, and put this little cluster here. And same thing I've been doing, the journaling card from the kit and putting it on scrapbook paper. That's a stamped image I have, boo. And then I put some writing paper on the back. Get it in there. Come on. Doesn't want to go straight. There we go. All right. Page from the book, scrapbook paper, some dyed lined paper. It's from the book. This is some coffee dyed paper. I put some of that black mesh on. It was from a bag that had, I don't know, I want to say like a plastic bat and balls, some sort of game thing. And I don't know, I just, you know, we took the stuff out. I'm not sure if that's what was in it or not, but it seems like that's what was in it. So I took I was going to not throw that bag away. I said, I definitely can use that. So that's where it came from. Okay, this is the index page for that Encyclopedia Horrifica book, and it was black paper with the white print. And I thought, well, I'm going to, and the words, you know, are like references like Pet Cemetery and I can't read it upside down, paranormal investigation. So it kind of goes, you know, obviously goes with the theme. So a journaling card from that My Porch Print, scrapbook paper with washi on there, and that's the stamped image I have, and scrapbook paper with stickers on it. And you can write on those lines on the back. There's my sweeper. I'm going to close my door. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that, but I know we don't want the sweeper in the background. Okay, this is on scrapbook paper. This is a coaster I got somewhere, and it was real thick cardboard, so I just peeled off back layers and made it not quite so thick for the book. These are all cut from the scrapbook paper from Joann's. And so what's that one? Okay, this was a sewing pattern I had, and it's, you know what, I wish, I still had the instructions because my daughter's needing a cape for her play. I might have to go look and see. But anyway, I just made it to a page in here, and the flap of the envelope I just glued down. So there's that. Here's another title page, Crime and Punishment. It's a book I used for another Halloween book. This time, it has some places you can write, so I just made it into an envelope that's not glued down. And this is a fabric cluster I put on there. I thought it kind of matched the paper it's on. Another current card. I think I had these in my actual, you know, stationery, send cards to people, birthday cards thing, and decided I'm not sending Halloween cards out because, you know, I'm just too lazy to fill out the name and address and put a stamp on it and all that. So include it in my journals instead. And you can either glue it together and make pockets, or you can write on it. This was from some old scrapbooking paper I got a long time ago. It was like a calendar. Each page was different paper you can use, and it was like a frame. So I just glued it on here. You can write in there. It just kind of makes it something different than just a blank page. And that's washi tape up there. This is a creepy looking owl that was in some magazine or a book or something. I cut him out, put him on scrapbook paper, rounded the corners, made a big pocket out of him. He's on the other side of that pattern page, you know, the sewing pattern. A journaling card made out of collaged Halloween papers with sewing paper tissue to kind of mute the colors. This is cut from one of these scrapbook paper pads. Gosh, there's too many things to say. And then that is a stamp. And here's scrapbook paper, and the other side of that mesh paper book page. And here's a pocket made out of that mesh paper, and some things from the My Porch Prints. And I I'll just show you these stamps up close. I stamped the 2 candlesticks. That's from one of those My Creative Studio boxes from September. I just thought I'd do it just for fun, and it had those stamps in it. And you'll see other things in the future from that box. This is a piece of scrapbook paper that I just folded it up, made it look like an envelope so you can unfold it. And then I glued it on as a belly band. As you can see, this tag goes all the way through. Collage scrapbook papers that I did not put the sewing tissue on. And then this is a little foam owl that was at Dollar Tree this year. So he goes in there. And on this side, I just put leftover fabric ruffle, oops, stay down, on this scrapbook paper. And then that is a border strip. And we're at the end. And here's more rickrack on the fabric. And this is another one of those stickers that goes around your bottle at your Halloween party. And it's bad blood. So I just, did the sticker onto some book page or some, I don't know, sure what kind of paper I backed it on. But something to give it some thickness and not to be sticky. And we have another collage journaling card that's collage Halloween papers with, this was cut from a scrapbook kit or something, or it could be My Porch Prints again, and some washi. So anyway, this is the journal, and it is for sale in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box, plus the all the kits I use and all the digital artists I use their works from for this journal. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you later.